Hello and welcome to another video from In3D Software. Today we're going to look at how we can recreate a grooved panel or tongue and groove style panel, and how we can then use that within our designs to give a decorative effect. So we've been sent this drawing here of a style of grooved panel that we would like to recreate, where we have a groove every 60 millimeters, and then we have a variable size at the end here, which is then going to increase or decrease depending on the overall size of the panel. And this is created with a saw, so the saw blade is actually going to recreate this shape. So what we want to do is go into imos, and the first thing that we want to do is recreate that profile. So if we go into the top view, we need to create the profile geometry. I'm just going to switch in here from realistic into 2D wireframe, and then I'm going to add in this shape. So I know that the depth of the groove is going to be 3 millimeters, and the overall width of the groove is 8 millimeters. So if we divide that in two, we would then say that the polyline in this case, PL, enter, starts from the 0, 0 points, and it's going to come out, and it doesn't really matter how far it comes out. In this case, I'm going to say 2 millimeters, and then it's going to go up the depth of the groove, so that's 3, and then back this way. And then I'm going to start the other side of the groove, which is 8 millimeters, and we know that that comes off in this direction here, and that's going to go up 3 and then back. So if you imagine, that's the depth of our groove. And then in here, I'm just going to draw a line so that I've got my center line in here, so I know where to mirror it from. So the next thing is to recreate some more construction geometry. So I know that I need a circle with a radius of 3 mil. So that would then be 3 in here. And then what I can do is move this geometry so that it's in line with these 2 points. So I'll just move it to this and then move it across so it intersects with my midpoint. And then what I've got is a line that comes down to the depth here and here. So this is going to be effectively my tongue and groove detail. So what I want to do is probably just bring this up a little bit. I'll just draw a line in here that bisects it, just that little bit here, just so that we've not got it running all the way down to the bottom. And then I'm going to come out, up, change to an A, enter arc, and go to this point, and then an L, enter to that end point, and then I can bring that arc back to that line. So that's going to effectively become the shape now of my profile. So that's my shape, and what I can do now is use the profile geometry tool in here to add that into the system. So I'm going to select that contour in CAD, next, and call this profile geometry 3 by 8 mil saw groove, and then click next, select that, and now you can see that's half of my geometry in here. I'm going to click save and then apply, and then I'm going to go into element manager and find my edging. So this would be under materials and profiles. I'm going to come down to samples and then a general machined profile, and I'm going to take this one here as an example. I'm going to change the depth, I need to save it first, of course. So let's call this machined in profile 3 by 8 mil saw groove. Save, and then I really don't need these other ones in here because it's always going to be 3 millimeter deep. So I'll change my profile height in this case to be 3, and then I'll change the rest of my information. So in here, this is a machined profile. The thickness of that is going to be 4, and the raw thickness is 4, and the raw height is 3. And then the rest of the information in here we don't need to really alter. I'll just put that into the description so that we have that. And then in here, I'll leave no render so that it adopts the color of the panel. And on my geometry, I'll change that now to be the one that I've just created. Excellent. So now that I have this, let's go to save and close. and I can get rid of my geometry now. And then the next thing that we want to do is create a part definition that has those grooves. So if I go to the element manager again, and then go to my parts, so where are my parts? They're in construction parts, part definitions, and I'm going to go into the door and then go to multi-part standard parts, and choose my filler panels. I can't find them. Panels, here we go. So I'm going to choose this panel here, and what I'm going to do is just rename this now as T and G for tongue and groove panel. And I'll take my edging treatments off here and say that this is all 0. Save a copy of that. And it's now using the panel material, which is fine. And I want to, like I said, get rid of that edging treatment. And it doesn't really matter what panel this might be. It might be a side, a back, a top, a bottom. It doesn't really matter as long as I save a copy of it. And I know what this is going to be called. And I've got that in the system then. So I'm going to come down to machining now and click plus. And then in here, I can assign where I want this machining to be applied to and from. So do I want it from the top or the bottom? Well, the first thing I want to do is say that this is a groove and that this is, in this case, from the top. So let's say this is going to come into the top. And then what I want to do is specify my depth and width. Well, I know that my depth is 3 millimeters and my width is actually 8. And then in here, I want to assign an edge profile. So let's take my profile in here. Okay. And then the type of groove is going to be both sides, saw, and then I'm going to use a linear division to control the position of this. So my linear division should be ticked. And then I'm working in the X direction, so I want my grooves to start here and run all the way up. So I'm going to say that in X it starts at 0 to 1, so 0 to 1. And then in X endpoint, that's 1 to 0, the opposite. And then in Y, this is where we use a formula now to determine the spacing. Now, bearing in mind, we could also create variables here, number variables, and then have those dictate the spacing and parametrically change them. So maybe I want to double the spacing or half the spacing or whatever I want. So in here, what I'm going to do is say that I want this to be 1 plus half the width, let's say, of my groove spacing. So the minimum it would be is half the width of my normal groove spacing. In this case, 60 mils. So I'm going to say 1 plus 30 millimeters to, with my colon, n times 60 millimeters to 1 plus 30 millimeters. So what that'll do now is, if you have a look down in here, you'll see that my outer groove is always going to be a minimum of a half of the groove width. And then as my panel gets bigger, it's going to add in more grooves for me. This needs to then obviously be copied down to my end point in Y. And then in here, I want my starting point in Z to be 1 to 0, and in here 1 to 0. I'll just click save and then close. And then what I want to do is bring in my panel. Now, one of the easiest ways to do this is to test it by using Designer and Article Designer. Let's just drop in my part in here, and I'll just say that I want a side panel as an example. And I'm just going to go into the system in here and choose a panel. And I'm going to rename this panel again to be the T and G panel. And I just need to switch that now to be this panel. I can click save and apply. And then when I click tick and it increased my level of detail, you can see now I've got my groove panel detail in here. So what I need to do now is just decrease my overall width. So if I just go up to the top, you can see I'm now getting this detail now. That might be what I want, it may not, we just have to check. I can do a quick measurement in here with a distance command and say from here to here, I have a distance of 16, which is actually too much. This is the groove distance in here of 8. So what I can do is modify my element in here and go to my part definition, and I'll just change that machining width in there from 8 down to 0, and then apply, save and close, and then if I refresh, we now have that detail in here to replicate this detail here. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to draw there. So yeah, we've got our 8 distance, our 3mm radius, and then our sort of like little angly detail in here. So that's how we can create now a decorative panel. And then the test is to then stretch this. So you can see in here, this distance based on this panel size from the center of here is 40mm, and it will then be equal 40mm on this end. And then if I right click and then stretch the article and say overall this has a width of let's say 789mm, it will then stretch that out, increase the quantity, and then you can see in here the gaps have been centered. So that's now at 34mm at this end, 34.5 at this end. I think it's 34.5 at this end, it should be equal. There we go. Okay, so if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And if you'd like to find out more about how we can add machinings onto part definitions, please let us know.